Guys, my name is Koushik and welcome back to LetCode. Today we are not going to learn something, no topics today, but I have a small exercise for you. Maybe you will find that interesting. So I'm just going to give you this site. Of course, this I didn't develop this. I just found this on GitHub. So thought of sharing to you so that you will also get benefit from this. So as a test automation engineer, we always prefer to write CSS or the XPath or any locators. But mostly all the applications doesn't have ID, so of course we go with the XPath. You or myself, we know that we are good at XPath, but of course we should learn the CSS as well. Don't worry, I'm not going to teach you about the CSS, and I'm also not going to get into CSS versus XPath. There are plenty of topics out there, so don't go with all those. Just use whatever you feel comfortable, because I didn't find any like benchmarking in those particular areas, so I'm not interested to talk about. But in terms of interview perspective, learning the CSS or identifying locators using CSS is going to be very much important, I can say. So we are just going to take this application and we are going to learn something new from this application. So this application doesn't teach you like how we have to write the CSS selector or how we can generate the CSS selector. Rather, it is more of like self-evaluation. So you can evaluate yourself, like how much you are confident in CSS or how much you know about the CSS. Okay. I don't know what is the intention of this particular website, but I consider this as like a good website where I can self-evaluate myself, like how far I'm good at the CSS. Now don't worry, I'm not going to show you each and everything here, and I'm not going to show my result as well. I'm just going to walk through this application and I'll tell you how you can use this application and you can get benefit out of this. Learning is always interested, I know that, and when we get some application like this to learn the CSS, I think that's going to be very interesting. So let's get into this. Okay, so here first thing it says that select the plates. So we have two plates here. We're gonna select the plates. So basically how we are going to select the plates using the CSS selector, right? Now in the right hand side you can see also that we have some hints like type selector, select elements by their type A. Now A is nothing but the tag name. So A is basically refers to the tag name. So here we have these two plates, right? So if I mouse over on this, you can see that it's under the it's in the plate tag. So here in this particular place, we can type in CSS selector, it says. So we are going to just give the plate, and that is the CSS selector for this element. Now if I hit enter, of course it's boom, right? So that means our CSS is correct. Now it says that we have to select the bento, right? So what are the objects moving there, we have to select all those, right? Now here it also says that select the elements by their type. So of course we know that this are going to be of bento, the tag name, and I think that's it. So let's try this. So bento and enter. Of course we are right now. Right. Now in the next thing it says select the fancy plate, that is the dancing plate. So we have to find this using the ID. So if you see on the right hand side, it says that select the elements with an ID. So in CSS selector, to find any ID, we have to use this hash symbol, right? So here I'm going to say hash, and this part is the HTML where you can get all the values. So here you can see the plate and ID equal to fancy. So here I can say fancy, and if I hit enter, so of course it's going to disappear. That means our problem is solved. Now I'm just going to show you this last one, maybe another one, and then probably I will leave to you guys so you can practice as well. Okay, so it says that select the descendant selector. So of course I have to select based on the A. So I have to select all the B inside of A. Now A is nothing but my first one, so that's going to be my table. So dot table. So table is the class name. So for class name we have to use this dot operator, and then followed by we gonna select this one, right? So if I mouse over, you can see this guy is basically apple. So I can just go through this and maybe I can say apple. So that's going to work. No. So if you got error like this, of course we're gonna get this. So what we can do is next one. So we can simply say this as maybe plate and then followed by apple. So that should work. Yeah. So we got it, right? So similarly, you have to find all the each and every CSS selector. Now in this particular applications, we have around 32. So first 5 are basic, so I have shown you demo, and after that you can select all this. So here we have this first child, last child, nth child, and then followed by not condition, empty conditions, and attribute based, then some partial contains, like that. We have starts with, ends with, we have all this stuff, right? So we can go through this and you can try. It's going to be really fun activity to practice CSS, and of course we're gonna learn something new from this application, I believe. So I'm not sure who is the author, but just flukeout.github.io, great shout out to them. As a tester, when we are going to learn this kind of applications to find some locators, of course I think that's going to be very helpful for us. Okay, I hope you like the video, and if you got all the answers correct, do let me know in the comments, and I will try to keep posting more videos, such kind of videos in the future, so that we can make our learnings more fun. Okay, see you in the next one very soon. Tata, bye bye, take care.